Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is mostly an opinion of mine after playing Genshin for almost 4 years. And I sure hope that's enough time for me to understand all the concept of gacha gaming. 3 years. 3 years and a half. Wow.
Wow.
Alright, let's get to the video. If you're new to gacha games and never heard of Genshin Impact, you're in luck. This video is just perfect for you because I'm out here trying to tell people to not make that same mistake as I have made when I first started Genshin Impact. When I first started Genshin Impact, I started I saw this game that is like very new and open world and it's free. It's free, it's completely free. I want to support the company. But that was a terrible idea. Do you know how Genshin have treated their veteran players after years of supports? After thousands of dollars given by only one guy.
The banner broken. Is the banner broken?
Please, son of a
Holy
God!
Look like a fucking Disneyland
No
adventure.
way. 70,000
Please, can I just get my
people
Kakami
covered.
now, please?
Holy
Yes, I know, this is an old video, but he barely spends as much money as he used to in these games now. Maybe he finally learned from all these mistakes, you know? Who knows? I know that Tecton was a Genshin CC back at the time, okay? And the guy is only milking content out of the game, and just like everybody else. But think about it. This one guy, out of millions of people that have installed the game, just think how much money have Genshin made because there isn't much that they give. They repeatedly give filler patch after filler patch. Is it worth hoping here? Doubt it. After all that, this is what Genshin decided to give back to the player base. They give TCG, they give musical events, some sort of pinball minigames. I don't even know why is it there. This is a action-packed game, right? And you don't want me mentioning about the 3 wishes for 3 years of supports on the Chinese New Year. Oh, and don't forget Star Rail. Yep, all that money goes to a different game. Granted, I know Star Rail is doing so much more better on its own now, and probably won't need any help from Genshin's money now that they're making a much better game than Genshin. Because Genshin succeed too soon, too fast, they had to make this investment, which is Star Rail, and then afterwards it'll be going to ZZZ, but it's not going to Genshin Impact. So this is where Kuro games come along, Wuthering Waves, right? The point I'm trying to make here, and that it is important to remember that we don't want to stroke a company's ego too soon. And I know Kuro has been marketing this game like crazy, right? I know. And I do appreciate their effort, but we don't want them to get a big head like Hoyo did. We don't need that kind of arrogance anymore. Kuro right now is currently in a desperate situation, and those who plan to purchase their in-game currency at the start of the game because they're stinking rich and just want to throw their money away. You do you. But I can't tell you what to do and what not to do here. But if you're spending money that you don't have for the good of the company, it's not worth it.
Don't. Okay? Can you not, please? Just don't, alright?
Please don't. Okay? We need the company to keep trying a couple months after the release. I know some people will still spend in the game no matter what I say, and there's no going through to these people. But there will be only a little bit of people will be watching this video and maybe take this advice. And I am talking to you. Do not spend. What I've learned from playing Sekiro and Sifu is that no matter what level your characters are, no matter the price you end up spending for their upgrades or new stronger weapons you picked up along the way, if you don't get good at the game, you're gonna fall off. You just can't expect to beat the content in the game by merely spending money. Look, don't bother spending that cash because that ain't gonna get you nowhere. If you can't dodge or parry the bosses, same advice as before, don't spend. Instead, learn the damn mechanics of the game, please. And if you lose tens, hundreds of times from fighting these bosses, you gotta keep trying until you can actually understand their mechanics. This is just common sense. Don't actually know why I'm saying this to you. Just get back into the arena and keep trying.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
That's the game. That is just the game that we signed up to play. I mean, I'm not complaining. I've kind of learned to accept the gacha aspects of these games, and even feel like it's becoming more and more enjoyable at some point. Now, I'm not saying I accept the gambling, okay? This is not what this is about. I still think you should keep yourself F2P, but still, characters in this game is gonna be very, very, very difficult for you to skip. You can't you can't tell me Sephiroth lookalike with his Virgil doppelganger OP. That doesn't make you excited to play this game. You can't say Inverted Shao Jian isn't better than this goofy ass looking dude. And doesn't Yilin just makes you want? Now I would say that this is optional, and if you wish to learn the game at your own pace, that is completely normal. But there is a lot of variety of content creation for this game. Most want to talk about beginner level of the game, some tips for those who wishes to learn, continue to the F2P route. There's clearly a bunch of character guides for those who enjoy the meta play style. I on the other hand won't be going for meta. I think meta was cool and all when I first started Genshin, but as time passed by, meta sort of meta sort of become a joke, and that you should just I know for a fact you should just play as a character that looks good and fun to play around with. And that's why I could not recommend her. Her design is so ugly it doesn't fit in with the atmosphere in Wuthering Waves. Her art is her throwing flowers into the air that just made her seem more like a kid. I don't know. It's just weird. Every time I talk about Verena, I just feel tired. She's just not interesting whatsoever. Moving on. Now here's a beginner guide for you. Wuthering Waves allows you to jump into other people's worlds to continue grinding for echoes. For those who doesn't know what the term echoes are, echoes. In Genshin, we all know it as artifact. And there, we have to limit ourselves from having fun to get the perfect stats for our characters, right? Get the perfect artifacts. But in Wuthering Waves, we can continue to beat up a bunch of these mobs and collect these echoes. I have to say, it is already a better co-op system than Genshin have given to their player base. Genshin could never. I mean seriously, you can do this endlessly, fighting mobs after mobs after mobs, then jump into different worlds and over and over and over. To me that just seems too OP. That is insane. And I almost feel bad for these casuals. I'm just gonna keep grinding the game over and over. It's gonna be fun. It really is. Unless they decide to change how the mechanic works in the global release. Please God, no. I sure hope that don't happen. I wish to only say good things about this game, Kuro, and only criticize the game when these things just don't sit right with me. And I know I said bad things about Verena, but trust me, it's only for the greater good of the game. Well, that's all I got to say. See ya.